Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the second part of attacking lineups. Now we try to test out some mage lineups. I have to say I had to do a reshoot of my original video because it's really quite interesting with mage lineups and very complex also. So when we try with our standard defensive lineup that we used for testing physical attacking teams, then we will have no problem with a nice mage lineup. So let's put in this lineup first with Asteroid, Marcus, and Wari, Sebastian, and Marta. But this is rather physical defense. But now we go with my standard lineup, or with the current lineup of my guildmate Devin. He has a nice lineup, very powerful with Orion. He is using Orion, Nebula, Celeste. Thank you, Charlie, for the right pronunciation for me to learn Celeste. Where is Celeste? Here, Celeste. And then he's using Marcus. Interestingly, I've played with Marcus for some time when I was tanking with the Kark, and then Marcus is in second position, and this can nicely stabilize your lineup. There are some missions in chapter 15 where it is very nice when you play with Kark in first position, and then with Marcus behind, he's stabilizing him. It's a possibility. I also explained that in one of my other videos, one way to pass the campaign. You can check this out there if you like. And now, as I said, my guildmate, he's also playing with Marcus in second position behind Aurora, and I found this, well, I don't know, is this so strong, but it seems to really to be very stable. And I have seen in the test runs that Marcus does a lot of healing, sometimes as much healing as Marta. In some battles, it's quite extraordinary. So I guess with this lineup we will easily pass here. Has a lot of power. Now Nebula is supporting Orion and with a lot of damage. Also Celeste is doing a lot of damage. Okay, now Andvari is attacking Orion. Okay, they are taking a while though. But eventually it is all over. Now let's check out how much healing Marcus has done. Okay, damage dealer number 1 is Orion. And then the healing, okay, in this battle, okay, he did half the healing. Okay, this is the Marcus from the other team. Yes, so still about more than half, a bit more than half what Marta has done. So this is a pass, that's what I have expected. Me personally, I'm not that big a fan of using Nebula with Orion. I know it is good in many occasions. When Nebula is supporting Orion, he gets much more powerful, but sometimes it's really the classical use of Jorgen is sometimes really better. But okay, It depends what your opponent has, but we will see it now. I will set up now a lineup that has some kind of magic defense, a bit more magic defense than the one before. So we go again with Marcus, Astaroth, but then we will put in Lilith, making this line a lot more difficult to pass for a mage lineup. And we go with Marta and Thea. Let me just quickly check if this is correct. Yes, so we go with this, and this would then be magic defense. And now my guess is we will not pass with the lineup we used before. Okay, maybe we can make it a bit more attacking when we don't use Marcus, but maybe Faceless. Let's see, Aurora, Nebula, Orion. And the point is, when you use Nebula, you cannot really use Jorgen at the same time, because then Nebula is not supporting Orion, which does not make sense then. So either you use Nebula or Jorgen, I would say, when you use Orion, or something completely without them, but I don't know. So let's try with Orion, with Nebula one more time, and then Celeste. Where is she? Or maybe still Celeste? Sounds kind of nice too, Celeste. Okay, and okay, Marcus, but maybe making it a little bit more attacking with using Faceless. But still, I think this will now be difficult. Okay, one has to admit, no one will use Lilith and Thea in Arena. Even Lilith, really not a lot of players are using her for Arena, because she is very strong, especially against mage lineups, and when she is in the middle of the adversary, of the troop of the adversary, then it gets really hard. Even if we get rid of all the others, the Lilith might save the day here. And Thea with her third skill, the silencing, is also annoying. And also Thea has magic defense as her first artifact, so it's really hard to pass here with a mage lineup. Yeah, I did one test run with this lineup 2 days ago, and if I remember correctly, I wasn't able to pass here. Lilith has yes, almost 2 million health now, which will make it very hard or impossible. Okay, now first guy died, Marcus, but here he is again. Astaroth bringing him back, and maybe, no, I don't think so. They will never pass because now Lilith is too healthy. This is a lost issue now. Okay, Marcus died. And Astaroth too. Okay, but... So let's see. Devin is attacking. Let's see what he tried. Orion, Celeste, Aurora, Marcus, Nebula. He went with his team. But you see, Marcus is with healing, has a lot of healing, and so he didn't pass. And yeah, same. I used the same lineup. No, I used another one with Faceless now. But still, okay, Lilith saved the day. Marcus, okay, did a little bit less healing than Marta. But Lilith did a lot of self-healing and increasing her maximum health. So there was no passing. And now Devin, he tried again with... okay. He did the same as I did, putting in Faceless, taking out Marcus, making it more attacking. But still, unsuccessful. But now you see, now we will bring my standard lineup. When I tested things, I have always done this now for years even, and this lineup really proved to be very strong on many occasions. I always put in Helios here in last position. I'm not sure, maybe Marta bringing some speed, but Helios does a lot of damage. Maybe also Leon sometimes might be better, but Helios is really a good choice. I've tested this lineup many times, and before Isaac, and they smoked everything except when there was a Kark. So with Kark on the other side, then maybe one should put in Andvari, and then okay, maybe not going with Jorgen, but then bringing Aurora like this, something, or one can also put in Dorian instead of Faceless, making it a bit tougher. Less attacking though. One has many possibilities, but when there is just some standard lineup on the other side, so usually my experience was that Jorgen is very powerful, especially in second position. He will use his ultimate at a very early stage, and then preventing all the others if there is no Sebastian, or if Sebastian couldn't trigger his ultimate yet, then he will prevent everyone from gaining energy. So there are so many heroes now, people seem not to be aware anymore of the power of Jorgen. He is really one of the most powerful heroes still. Okay, when there is Sebastian, then he's neutralized, I agree. But when there is no Sebastian, and not everyone is using always Sebastian, then he's really the most powerful hero there is. So I tested that before and they passed in my test. Let's see. Faceless copying Marta, that's also not bad. Now we have a lot of speed. Now we're getting through, right? Yeah, looking good now. Lilith is the last problem here, but okay, now everyone is dying. Okay, I don't know if it would have worked if Faceless hadn't copied Marta, probably still, but okay, and Devin too is trying here. Orion, Aurora, Faceless, Celeste, Jorgen, yes, okay. A similar lineup to what we used before, but he's bringing in Celeste instead of Helios, and this, oh, well, it worked also, nice one. Then we have Cobra Lee, another guildmate using Orion, Celeste, Cleaver, Jordan, Marta, no Faceless. Would be a little bit surprised if he passed with this. This is a defeat. Then this is our run from before with Helios. It does quite some damage, half of what Orion did. And Marcus does more healing than Marta. It's amazing. He's really a nice healer. Then we have Cobra Lee again. Trying something else here, right? Special lineup with Maya and Leon. They're dealing quite a lot of damage. But okay, in the end he cannot pass. And now we have a team with the twins, Lars, Krista, okay. Cleaver as a tank, Celeste in between Lars and Krista, and Leon in the last position, but also a defeat. But now let's go for okay, let's see this lineup also. So that's Cleaver, Jorgen. Okay, what we used before, similar, but we went with Helios instead of Celeste and Aurora instead of Cleaver. But now let's go for a lineup with the twins. I could pass yesterday. I have yeah, I found two teams basically. I also tried with Aurora as a tank, this rather classical lineup, also with Jorgen in the middle. I would say, okay, something like that, putting in Helios. Maybe they would pass also, but I think they didn't quite. So sometimes it can be more attacking if you use Krista as your tank. And here putting in Faceless and Marta. Okay, let's see. This was not my idea. I forgot one of my teammates would go with this lineup 2 days ago and it passed. I will only test teams for the twins and Orion. I know maybe there might be another mage lineup. Ah, there is one combined with Peppy. I want to show you afterwards. Now first we are watching here. Faceless copying Lars, that's very powerful. And then Lars with his second skill. Or is it the third when he goes right, hitting through everyone? But now it gets already difficult. Oh my god, they can't pass anymore. Okay. This is not looking good now. Okay, maybe now. Come on, Krista. But Lilith is already too healthy, I think. This 2 million health, they will not pass now. Or will they? Okay, this has a tremendous amount of power, this combination with Krista and Lars. Yeah, but now it will run out of time, right? Yeah, and there is no way they can kill Lilith in about 5 seconds. But I know this lineup passed, so let's check out the stats. Okay, Lars doing a lot of damage. Marcus does also quite some healing. Let's just try again and then skip the battle and see what the result has been. Faceless and Marta. We can just skip the battle because it is on auto, so skip it, and now I can see what was the result. Maybe no pass again. This is strange. I know that I passed with this lineup. Maybe it was a bit lucky then. So let's try some slightly different lineup. Just putting in Helios instead of Marta. I've tested that already, but I think I didn't pass, but let's see. I've seen a nice video on YouTube lately with Satori, with a quite weak Satori that was used against the boss Orion in Adventure 11 or Adventure 7. There is also an evil Orion. That was very clever to use Satori there. I don't think that, or at least I don't know which team could pass here with Satori. So here I will stick to Twins and Orion, but I will give you this link, this nice victory. So this one is looking better now than before, but still Lilith already has a lot of health, but now we have almost 1 minute left to kill Lilith now, and Helios is doing a lot of damage. Then Lars comes with his third skill, like now, doing some stunning, and now they should pass, right? Come on, before she's using her third skill again. Uh-oh. Oh boy. And now I think it's all over. They are triggering all the ultimates, and then it's a close one now. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe it's a bit mean to use Lilith. I will not use Rufus in those tests because there it's clear, it's kind of a coin flip, and almost no one is using Rufus as their tank. So just putting this once more, I think we could pass this, right? We have been a little bit unlucky now. Just skip the battle and have a look at the result. Lilith doing again 3.5 million healing. It's really tough to pass. Okay, one last try. I passed with this lineup here, also with the twins, with Krista as a tank. I don't know why they passed, but bring Leon and also Jorgen and Celeste. And this team passed, so I'm a bit surprised that it passed. So okay, Celeste is doing a lot of damage probably, and also when Celeste is under heavy attack, she's using her ultimate again and again and again, and adding with her first artifact and do magic attack, and this can be very strong. And of course, okay, Leon also has magic attack as her first artifact and can deal a lot of damage. Okay, but first we have to pass here again. We have to be fast enough before Lilith has too much health. Uh-oh. Okay, now that was a second skill of Lars, hitting everyone and dealing a tremendous amount of damage, and this lightning bolt is the third skill of him. Not 100% sure, I never played really with the twins, and now where are you, Lilith? She is leaving the battlefield. This happened also last time. Okay, but now we pass. I'm not so happy that this lineup passes. I would have preferred if Helios Faceless, but okay. At least we have a pass with the team with the twins. Now we see Marcus and Martin, they doing the same amount of healing. It's really astonishing what Marcus can do. Okay, now we have Casey is attacking with another team for Orion. Yes, without Jorgen, I think this should not have worked, right? Devin has tried with the same team before. This seems not to work. Okay, so at least we have found when we use Jorgen, then there are some lineups for Orion and the twins that can pass here. Okay, I set up another one with Isaac. Then it gets really tricky. I did only found one magic attack, or Casey did 2 days ago. I set up what is this team? One moment. Azeroth and Marcus again. And then we have Lilith and Martha. And then I would play with Isaac instead of Thea, making this a lot more counter-attacking and very hard to pass for any mage lineup. So if you find one, then okay, please let me know in the comments. And last position also Marta. So this would be this one, yeah. We will go with one more in the end. That okay. Or maybe let's check out the statistic of those battles from Cobra Lee. Here is Peppy, Orion, Dorian, Cleaver, Celeste. Yeah, okay. We're coming close to the line I want to show you from Casey, with which he could pass. We're using Cleaver and Peppy. Peppy dealing a lot of damage, more than Orion. I think this is not a pass because Dorian making this a little bit defensive, which just should not work. Peppy, Satori, okay. Celeste, Cleaver, Jorgen. Yeah, it is difficult. It is really difficult. How do they place the heroes? But Satori, maybe there is some lineup with Satori that can pass. And I'm not a specialist, so I don't have Cleaver on this server, so I cannot try with the same team. But Peppy and Cleaver are nice to break such lineups with a lot of magic defense. Satori, of course, is especially good against Jorgen, Orion, and Elmir also. All these guys who can win some extra energy. And there will be fox marks placed, additional fox marks. But here, okay, it seems they don't have enough power in the end. Or too much healing, yes, on the other side. Maybe someone with magic penetration would be good, maybe, I don't know. Instead of Celeste, maybe Faceless or Lars or Orion. Now here we see the power of this lineup. Cleaver is pulling everyone to the front line, and then okay, and this was Satori, nice one. And then Peppy's pink shield is hitting everyone. Okay, this is almost a pass. Probably due to Lilith now, doesn't work. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so how much damage did Celeste? Significantly less, so maybe one could play with Faceless instead of Celeste. But here he gave up, and I cannot try this because I don't have Cleaver here. But you can pass this lineup with, let me check out the chat. So you can pass it with this lineup. Use Nebula and Orion in between, Nebula in between Celeste and Orion, and with Cleaver and Peppy. This seems a very, very attacking lineup. Because Peppy and Cleaver really have a great synergy. So Cleaver pulling everyone to the front, and Peppy is coming with her second skill, this protection shield, and then when Cleaver gets hit, the protection shield, like now, is damaging everyone. Okay, this was not so successful now, but still this is really great. Now when I look at it, like, it would also make sense, a lot of sense, to use Cleaver and Maya, right? Because Maya's fourth skill, and Cleaver is pulling everyone to the front line, and then Maya is using her fourth skill, then she will attack everyone. Like now the protection shield of Peppy hit everyone. Yeah, it's really nice. When you want to have a good lineup for Peppy, then it's really nice when you have Cleaver. Cleaver himself does not do that much damage, but he helps Peppy doing a lot of damage. So now let me just quickly check out second and third skill of Lars. So yes, the second one is the chain lightning, hitting everyone, and the lightning bolt hitting the nearest enemy with the lightning bolt, and can stun them also. So when you attach Mara to him, she will prolong this stunning. Yes, Lars is a very strong hero. So let's switch back to this one. No one attacks here. Okay, because this is really difficult now. But the lineup that we used before, okay, Casey used with Cleaver, Celeste, Nebula, Orion, and Peppy. I've seen it pass 2 days ago. I've seen it pass this lineup. Okay, but not now, because now he tried again. Casey tried again about 10 times, and yes, he didn't pass anymore. Yes, many times, and somehow it was maybe a bit lucky that Peppy and Cleaver, together with Orion, Nebula, and Celeste, could pass, unfortunately. But still, I think it's a very nice lineup. I mean, after all, this lineup passes here. Okay, now here comes Yasmin. That will be in the next part. Pure damage lineups. I don't want to go. Okay, Kark is also here. I guess they passed. Yes. So what is happening here? Cobra Lee is trying again. Okay, with Yasmin. We don't want to see this at this point. This mixed team. Okay, didn't pass twice though. But now we tried this one, and here I have to say I tried a lot of things though. So this lineup with Cleaver, Orion, and Peppy that we just used before was able to pass just once, okay? But I didn't find any other team with Orion who could pass, and I tried many things, so I don't know. Maybe this I stopped trying, but I found a team with Lars and Krista that could pass. So let's see if we can do this again here. Krista, Jorgen, Lars. Again with Jorgen in second position, Krista as a tank. And then we have Faceless and Marta. Okay, maybe here it was the line that could pass. Maybe I was mixing it up before. So let's see. Yeah, and here I wondered that they could pass, but it didn't work before, okay. The other lineup, this team could not pass, but here it worked. Okay, super attack now. Okay, but now Lars just died, and now I think we did not pass, right? Of course, Lars shouldn't die. Okay, but I set it up wrong actually. I wanted to set up another lineup. Yeah. Marcus and Marta doing again about the same amount of healing. but I have to go with another lineup. I wanted to do another lineup. I want to go with Marcus Lilith in second position. Then she's a bit weaker. She can be attacked sooner. Maya, she has magic defense as first artifact. Isaac and Marta. Okay, and now we try the same line as before. So I'm not really a specialist for the twins, so if you want to play for the twins, I recommend you also check out the channel of my fellow YouTuber, Hero Wars Player. And he has many very interesting battles with the twins, beating higher power team with Kark. So, but probably yes, Jorgen makes a lot of sense, Faceless, Marta, but also Helios maybe, and Leon. And now we pause, right? Isaac is really very hard hitting, so we have to be very quick now. And Marta is doing some healing, this is maybe the key. Okay, and now we have only Lilith left and we have 1 minute. This should be okay now. But we really have to use this team. If we use the other team with Celeste and Leon instead of Faceless and Marta, we will not pass. Come on, guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oof. Okay. Mojo. Yeah, Mojo has a nice first artifact, armor, magic penetration, and a nice ultimate, but it can be interrupted very quickly. And also his fourth skill is negated when there is Sebastian on the other side. So it's difficult. Let's try the other lineup. Krista, Celeste. Jordan, Lars, Leon. Where is Leon? We passed first lineup with Lilith and Thea. But now here I think we don't pass anymore. So here we really need Marta. But let's see. Okay, this is looking good now. Oh, this is nice. This is passing also, right? Isaac is dead. So this seems to be rather a strong lineup. Help of Leon, and they will certainly pass now, right? My concern was that there is only one guy with armor, with magic penetration, which is Lars, instead of two when Faceless is here. Okay, this is maybe really a very strong lineup, right? They were very fast here, didn't need to inflict that much damage. Okay, I don't know. I haven't played with this lineup. I don't know if I would go for it. Just when there is Yasmin, maybe it's better to have Helios instead of Leon, but for the attack it seems that Leon is doing more, inflicting more damage. I can't really say if I were to go for a lineup with the twins. Cannot really say. And I will put in one more challenge in case you pass all these challenges with your special lineup. Of course, pets would also matter, but we cannot use them in this max mode testing. Then yeah, you can try to pass this one with Andvari, hindering a little bit the ultimate of Lars. Then Lilith in second position, Isaac, and then maybe also Cornelius. Like this, and I couldn't find a way with the mage line to pass here. So I will not even try. Maybe it is too unfair with Cornelius and Isaac. Maybe now it's really impossible for a mage lineup. I mean, this game has now many counter players. If we wanted to, I don't know, maybe it's still most difficult to set up a line that no physical attack lineup can pass. I don't know, I haven't really tried, but I think this might be impossible as long as there is Kira around. Then I don't see how you could possibly set up a defensive team that no physical attack team can pass. I think it's possible to set up a defensive lineup where no magic attack team can pass, and I think something like this is coming close to it, because Cornelius has magic defense as a first artifact, and Isaac is here with his special skills against the magic attack and counter attacking mages, and Lilith very hard to get rid of, and her first skill is also triggering the first artifact, which is magic defense. And then with Andvari is also not nice when there is Lars, so I don't know if he's completely destroying, so I guess Lilith and Andvari will not move when Lars is using his ultimate. We can try once, maybe with the same lineup as before, but it will be ugly for us in the end, I guess. And we have Celeste. Twins are nice, all in all. If I went for a mage lineup, I would consider going for Orion. He seems to be better on bosses than the twins. But it's interesting to play with the twins, also tanking with Krista. Now you see Large Storm is only affecting the guys in the back rank. Okay, Isaac just died, this is nice. But I guess there is still our friend Cornelius. But okay, Jorgen is also here, he can control Cornelius' ultimate. Yeah, but difficult. But hey, okay, we killed... We killed Isaac, that was nice, but now, okay, it's just too much now. Okay, Lilith is there, and Cornelius with a lot of... Now he used his first skill, setting up a barrier against magic attack, and... Okay, Leon has also some pure damage. She's not a pure... dealer of magic attack. Her second skill is pure damage. But okay, I'm still amazing that we could get rid of Isaac, yes. And of course, when you use a lineup for physical attack with Kark or Kira, we will pass here quite easily. Yeah, running out of time, but hey, we didn't die, we survived. This seems really to be a very tough lineup, well balanced, also with some healing from Celeste and some preventing the opponent from gaining energy, with Leon controlling and contributing to the attack, and Lars and Krista the main attackers, or Lars is the main attacker and Krista helps Lars with her skills. Yeah, she's laying those little icicles on the floor, and then Lars's storm will just drag everyone over those icicles, inflicting a lot of damage. But yeah, okay, when we go with the... Okay, here we have some more tries from my guildmates. Okay, Cobra Lee, but I don't think he would try with pure magic team, so I will not check this out now. Just to prove, Fox is has recently gotten a new skin. She's very strong now. I guess this will be very easy to pass here. Who do we use? Kira and Fox in the same team now. Maybe with her additional skin for armor penetration, she's now as good as Jing Mao to use. Her advantage is she is rather to the back, and she will not get affected by the drilling installation in chapter 15 in the campaign, and so she's always capable of using her ultimate after some time. So for the campaign she's definitely better, has been better before her upgrade. And now maybe she's also for arena the right choice. So we just go with Galahad, Kira and Chet, right? Galahad and Kira. Just so we see this line fall here. They will tear it apart. So even though we saw some very nice successful battles with the twins now, in the end I personally would still go for Orion. I will also go for him. I would go for Orion because he's just great against bosses. He has a lot of power, and okay, he could not take down those very specific magic defense lineup for testing some general strength, but I would say he's a very useful choice. Okay, and also this lineup we saw with Cleaver and Peppy, this would be fun to go for. Or maybe also something with Cleaver and Maya, that could also be very strong. Yes, maybe with Cleaver, Maya, Nebula, Orion, Peppy. That could be interesting to use in Maya instead of Celeste. Oh yeah, this makes me want to restart again. But then it's not so easy to get Cleaver. I mean, yeah, if you go here... and then you just play with Maya instead of Celeste. It could be very strong also. Not sure. Maybe Celeste is better on most occasions, but it would be very fun to play with Maya here in this position. But okay. So this was it from the attacking lineups. With magic attack. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to see you all again, if you like, in the third and last part, then, when we will have a look at attacking lineups with pure damage. See you then. This is Max. Bye.